And welcome back, folks. Today we take a closer look at the Hibbing City Hall in Hibbing, Minnesota, supposedly built in 1922. And quoting directly from Wikipedia.com, Hibbing City Hall is the seat of local government for Hibbing, Minnesota. It was built in the colonial revival style in 1922. Hibbing City Hall was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1981 for its state-level significance in the themes of architecture and politics/government. It was nominated for being one of northern Minnesota's most architecturally distinctive public buildings and the long-standing seat of a government for one of the largest communities of the Iron Range. Well, let's take a peek inside. So they tell us that Hibbing was moved about 2.5 miles away from 1919 to 1921. And again, quoting Wikipedia, negotiations between the Oliver Mining Company and the village finally brought about a plan whereby the entire village would relocate to a site 2 miles south near Alice. The company, for its part, agreed to develop the downtown buildings with low-interest loans that could be paid off over the years by the retailers. New civic structures, such as Hibbing High School, the Android Hotel, the Village Hall, and the Rood Hospital, were also constructed with the mining company money. In all, about 200 structures were moved down the First Avenue Highway, as it was called, to the new city. The move started in 1919, and the first phase was completed in 1921. Wait, what's this? Erected in 1921? And it's very interesting that every other source on this subject, including the Historical Register and Wikipedia, both say it was built in 1922. Are we to believe that it was built between 1921 and 1922? And in researching this building in the city of Hibbing, Minnesota, I was on the Minnesota Historical Society website on their state digital newspaper archives, and I noticed that the newspapers for Hibbing area, none of them are available until the 1960s. And the archive covers hundreds of the most obscure newspapers all the way back to the 1800s from around the state, but not these. And this brings us to another research rabbit hole. the miniature Statue of Liberty replicas across the world. Between 1949 and 1952, in town after town across America, similar celebrations took place as Scouts dedicated more than 200 of the copper Little Sisters of Liberty. The statues were located on Capitol grounds, courthouse lawns, and main streets, in city parks, schoolyards, and libraries, and at Scout camps. All as part of Scouting's 40th anniversary theme, quote, strengthen the arm of liberty. Jack P. Whitaker, a Kansas City businessman and commissioner for the local Boy Scout Council, originated the project after seeing a dedication of a Statue of Liberty replica made of chicken wire and concrete in Spirit Lake, Iowa. Whitaker paid $3,500 to have an original mold made for the smaller statues of Liberty. Then the Friedli-Voschart Company in Chicago made the stamped copper replicas. Each statue included more than 40 sheets of copper, about the thickness of a nickel, with a wooden frame on the inside. The statues were then sold for a reported $300 to $350 each to scout troops, who presented them to cities and towns in 39 states, Guam, Puerto Rico, the Canal Zone, and the Philippines. Local communities provided pedestals, which were often quite elaborate and added several feet to the overall height of the statue. Landscaping, too, sometimes graced the statues. No official count or record was kept on the project, and as the decades wore on, many of the little statues of Liberty suffered the effects of time. It was because of the darkening world situation that we initiated the crusade to strengthen the arm of liberty, explained Chief Scout Executive Arthur Shuck in the February 1951 issue of Scouting. Quote, and it was because of the increasingly serious world developments that the National Board voted to extend the crusade through 1951. So the Hibbing, Minnesota Statue of Liberty is not from the BSA, but rather from the Knights of Columbus, and no date is given for this plaque. Yet only the date in which this ex-scout, Donald Kozlik, was killed on a battlefield of Korea, July 18, 1952. This date being after the 49 to 51 three-year BSA program. And quickly shifting to Duluth, Minnesota, where there is another BSA Statue of Liberty. This one was supposedly donated by the Duluth native, cousin of Frederick Bartholdi, the supposed original creator of the Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor. Duluth native Ray Bartholdi had a BSA replica statue that he stored until finally donating it to the, quote, Children of Duluth in 1976 for the American Bicentennial. What do you think, folks? After moving a town for 3 years, Hibbing was able to just throw up this beautiful City Hall building full of marble in a matter of months? And does this Boy Scouts of America narrative seem to be odd to you? Was it really just a cover-up for these statues already being here already? Please leave your comments below. And thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.